Hey guys, we're back with another episode of Interview with the Vampire. Last episode, Lestat had a moment where he became extremely violent with Louis and basically, you know, I don't even know. It was really emotional, really intense. He like beat him up, and then they had that scene where he like lifted him and dropped him from I don't know how high, and it was just really awful to watch. So yeah, let's see what happens next. How long is it gonna take for him to recover?
A few shattered vertebrae, a punctured lung, blind in one eye for 5 weeks.
Jesus.
2 months, was it?
Yeah, that's like the worst one. It's the PTSD.
All over again.
Like the trauma.
Excruciating pain was the proof I was still alive.
Not just like physically, but like that's the worst scar, I think.
But in the air with a fuck you to Newtonian physics flying.
He said it was more like floating, arising at will, propelling in a direction by the decision. He called it the cloud gift.
Hey, Doc, did you know there's a flying vampire apocalypse coming your way? Cold, eh?
Is your medicine taking?
It's cold and itchy. Thanks for asking.
Are you still dreaming about our first meeting, Daniel?
I keep waking up just before you ask me back to your shitty apartment. Can you fly, Louis?
No, just fall.
No. He thought if he exposed all his power to me, I would never feel his equal, and the relationship would suffer.
He only beat me the one time, officer. It's not his fault. Classic Stockholm, eh, Doc?
I am not here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are we? Which was just as well, since Claudia and I were in no mood to receive his apologies.
Yeah.
I made Pride my blanket. And she dedicated all her energy to my rehabilitation.
God, he's gonna fall. He's gonna fall. Okay, worse. He gave up. Oh my God.
Claudia. Hello.
You came with a present? Are you
I've been
serious?
calling quite often. I don't know if the operator is patching me through correctly. I bought something from Louis' favorite bookshop. Perhaps we should let him decide if he wants to see me or not.
How's that for an answer?
Oh wow. He threw the entire bookshelf. It's like, I have nowhere to put your shitty gift.
She also
Okay.
wrote one called
This one's yours. Mine's back at home in
Stop
Blue.
trying to buy him
I'm back in
off.
town
Oh my
permanently.
God.
Were you gone?
Across the river in Algiers. Louis, I don't know what possessed me that night. I'm nothing without you. I'm nothing
No.
without both of you.
Not my problem.
If you want me to go away, just say so.
Go
I'll
away.
obey you.
Desperate mea culpas came like the tide, and for 6 years they were greeted with silence or fire. We burned more gifts than bodies in that decade, but they would not stop coming. But in the spring of 1937, one broke through. He had written it himself in the music of the hour, his first composition in 100 years.
Are you
First
serious?
21 album.
Is that what's
Had the
her
master
what's her
recordings
face?
destroyed. You're listening to an inferior re-recording now. Made the near perfect Valentine with one flaw.
Pathetic.
One perfectly premeditated flaw.
Yeah. He did that on purpose. He did that shit on purpose.
Write me a song, put your lover's voice on it. What the fuck is wrong with your head?
Louis is soaking wet.
I swim fast and I drive. Put some clothes on, get the fuck out.
This is my house.
Do I look like I care?
You took Lestat back.
The vampire bond. There is no human equivalent.
Lover, murderer, maker. You took him back.
Rule number 4.
Kill Antoinette.
Antoinette is my own private...
Affair.
She's a child. Interfering in the romantic lives of her parents.
She's coming up on 33.
Now I'm your cousin, now I'm your aunt. I am your maker.
But not
I'm
my
your
uncle
cousin.
or my daddy. I'm your sister, or that's the door.
Rule number 6.
I know I'm doing this for him. I wouldn't want to confuse you.
Do you think I'm withholding? Go on. Ask your questions. I'll answer them.
It's gonna be about your maker, how you were made and stuff.
Did you have anything to do with Paul's death?
No,
Oh, that's right. There's that too.
I would never hurt your brother.
It's just something I always...
Never, Louis. His name was Magnus. He took me from my room in Paris.
And he was a piece of
because I
shit.
had been screamed. He kept me for a week, locked in a room full of corpses. Some freshly killed, some bloated and black. But they all looked like me. My coloring, my physique. For sure I'd be one of them, but instead he turned me into this. No grand history of vampiric origins or physiology, no rules, no counsel. Just a sweeping end to a pile of money and the sight of him throwing himself into a fire. And then I was alone. But I have a capacity for enduring. It's why I don't particularly like being abandoned.
He's like so like falling for it, and she's
Kill
like
Antoinette.
so not. She's like, I don't like this sob story of yours. I mean, it would make sense if they've
Cowardly
seen you
warnings
just
suggesting we were no longer welcome.
stay this way, right?
Please return to the dark place you came from.
I'd like to ask a question if that's amenable to you both.
You don't have to ask permission.
Oh, of course I do. This is the new paradigm.
Yeah.
An apt metaphor. I always took you for a dog, Lestat.
I eat what I eat. She eats what she eats. We respect our differences.
Well, it's always made me feel loathsome. Like I'm looked down upon for my body's needs.
Well, you don't actually need it.
See, there it is. It's an air of superiority when you say that.
I didn't say you couldn't.
I know you don't mean to, but I feel the same.
Oh, there you go. Common
You're
ground.
tolerated.
Why didn't you ever say something?
Well, it's obvious she doesn't want to upset you.
I can speak for myself.
May I propose another rule? When we hunt human.
Teaching the piano, the chessboard, isn't he?
He hasn't taught me to fly.
It's not something you can teach. You're born with it or you're not.
Another one of his lies.
I remember. You like souvenirs?
Thank you.
We should really think about repairing that mantle.
No,
Enjoy living in a ruin, do you?
we leave the damage, so we never forget the damage. One sob story about his birth, and you're back to eating from his hands. Magnus could be a sous chef in Switzerland for all we know.
Emo, sincerity and humility. I cannot wear it any longer.
She's just stubborn.
Oh my god,
She
poor Louis
is a
trying to
wall.
like be the mediator
cliffs that
between
it-
these two.
She's grown very protective of me. That's what this is. Why it's hard.
She came back altered when she left us. There's a darkness in her that wasn't there before.
Give her a little time.
Do you write songs for all your lovers? I think this one might be better than yours, Louis. Does that mean you loved Nikki more than you love Louis?
Ignore her, Louis. She asked these naughty questions to gain advantage in the game. And
Of course, who
later
doesn't
that
know
afternoon,
who won the pairs
aduled
chess
to a draw.
championship of '78? My
So
mama taught me that
please
before I
continue
started
with your
crawling.
tedious interrogations. And I once again put you in check.
Did Nikki kill himself like your maker Magnus? I'm sorry for your losses, Lestat.
Oh, it's you who lost, Claudia. For the many hundredth time. I admire your steadfast pursuit of
Oh
a
my
game you
God, this
clearly have
too.
no acumen for.
My master taught me how to play, but only enough to occupy his time.
I think I'll hunt alone tonight.